Good evening, Speed Gaming 3. Welcome to Cross Keys Week in the Link to the Past Randomizer League. We've got a great race for you tonight. Matt7898 of Waffle House Drive-Thru versus John Venier of Boomer Friendly. Both teams trying to stave off relegation in this match over the next few weeks. I'm Drossi. I'm joined here by an expert on cross keys, if I do say so, the famous wall kicks. How are you doing tonight?
Okay, well, I don't know how to respond to that. Like, me, famous? Drossi, please. But no, I'm doing great. I'm excited for this matchup. We got two really good runners here in Matt and Don, both very, very good, very talented. So should be exciting. Like you said, both these teams hoping to not get relegated. Although I still think Waffle House might have an outside shot at playoffs, but they probably need to win out at this point, and would probably need a lot of help from the teams above them.
Yeah, they're 2-5-1, I think.
Yes, with their win the other day, they're now currently 2-5-1.
Right, so they could still salvage a winning record. Boomer Friendly, the best.
2-6-1.
Yeah, Boomer Friendly, the best they could do is salvage 500.
Yeah. So, chat asking why 7 points. There was a tie in pilot keys. So, yeah, I should know because I was the pilot for the team that they tied against.
And that's why we have 3 points for wins, so that we can have something in between for ties.
Precisely. But yeah, this is going to be an exciting match, and we are off. Getting divergent starts already, so it means we're off to a fantastic thing. Except they both have GT small keys. Okay.
That's ridiculous. Is the game expecting an early GT play? I guess we'll find out if we discover GT early.
I fully expect an early GT at this point. Don finding out that the Sanctuary is in probably the worst starting spot, in my opinion, which is at the Uncle drop down. But the bombs are nice. Won't say no to bombs.
Worse just because it's so close to Link's house?
It doesn't really provide any good places to go. Like, at this point, the only good save and quit point in the light world is Link's house, because if you're trying to get to Kakariko, you're not going to do it from here in Sanctuary.
True. Yeah, not walking all the way across the castle courtyard.
Yeah.
Though the bomb tree pull was nice, and I would expect that we'll be seeing back of escape relatively soon.
Yeah, and it looks like Matt's going to farm the guards again to get another 4 bombs. The entrance here at the Hyrule Castle is Fairy Ascension Cave, which leads us to Darktooth Mountain. So that's a good one to know. And once we get a mirror, that becomes a much better connector.
Yeah, so now with where Matt's going, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he's gonna go to back of escape. And Dawn may be doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's super reasonable this early on, especially given the bombs that you were given right off the start. And that way you take care of these 3 checks. Dawn's got to be a little bit careful. That red guard does do a full heart whenever you walk into it. Small key to Skullwoods.
So
I almost misspoke there. So could see some divergence here a little bit. I guess I don't know if I'd call it a benefit, but the one interesting aspect about having these 2 starting points is that you're maybe not as interested to go straight to Kakariko right off the bat, and you're kind of seeing that on Matt's side.
That's entrance to Death Mountain, is it not?
It is, as a matter of fact. I don't have the volume all the way up, so I didn't hear the drop, but
yeah, I heard the drop.
That's fair. So not the hardest room to get through. Having these extra bombs, though, is nice because it gives you a point of reference to your location, and you can kind of guide yourself there. Although Matt's got to be a little bit careful. He took a death. I think he is at the old man, though. So when he restarts right here, the screen is still dark because he has the old man.
Yep. Once you get the old man, you can't do anything else until you return him.
That is that's a scary thing to think about, especially if you play like a lot of Randomizer and you try to do that room dark, and then all of a sudden you take a death and you can't get out. Like that's a reset right there. Like you got to reset the file.
Yeah, and hope you didn't save and continue when you died.
Right. Get an ice small for our troubles. So always a good key to have. Not required though, but good one to have.
So we've gotten no items and a bunch of small keys that aren't really hard required.
No. Unfortunate death there by Dawn because we don't know where the old man save and quit point is. 3 hearts going through, Death Mountain. Very scary.
So, well, we're about to find out the old man save and quit. Oh, also on Death Mountain.
Oh,
How about
okay. That makes the connector that we saw at the castle less appealing, considering we already have access to these entrances in the light world. Having said that, our save and quit points still not ideal.
Hey, did you see that bow on Spec Rock?
I did, making that mirror all the more important this seed.
And there's Hookshot Cave that we can't do anything in except use as a connector.
Yeah, and I expect, assuming Matt survives Death Mountain, he might choose to take that connector. Once we're done checking the rest of the entrances, Dawn on their end checked the rest of the entrances on East Death Mountain, found absolutely nothing. So we're going to be continuing on and looking like heading to Kakariko.
And Matt, having decided not to do Super Bunny Cave the first time he entered, now is. And what do you know? More small keys that we don't want to see.
I mean, the Meyer small key again. Meyer and Ice small keys, are good just for making the dungeon a little bit easier. Although the Meyer small keys do hold logical significance. I'm sure Ice small keys also hold some sort of significance. I'm just not sure what they are.
Well, you logically need one ice small key for the dungeon to be clearable with Samaria, and 2 for it to be clearable without Samaria.
Yeah, I guess those aspects are good. But Matt's done on the mountain. Did not actually choose to connect or check the connector at Hookshot Cave, which is fair. Dawn, meanwhile, finds our hookshot in Blindset on the way to Kakariko.
That's convenient for when Dawn finds Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, knowing that our save and quip point is actually on East Death Mountain. That hookshot will actually be good for Dawn to be able to kind of get back to West Death Mountain and do the things that Matt was able to do a couple minutes ago.
Oh, and Matt finds the TR Big Chest entrance at Witch's Hut. So that's useful to know about. And with the hookshot, that means that, well, I guess we'd still need some TR keys before we could really do anything.
True, but
I mean, you could rail clip with a bomb jump.
Yeah, you could, and so like logically, you can get from the right entrance to left entrance. Was that Smith, by the way, like at the house right by where the Smith is in the Dark World? I don't recall. I wasn't entirely paying attention.
That was too quick for me to notice. But Cackwell at Useless Ferry.
Good for Matt. Good find there.
Potion Shop at Smith's.
One of the things that Don saw on Race Game, very hard to tell, was a big key. But I was able to catch the small amount of it. We did, on Matt's side, pick up a big key to Skullwoods and our first bottle.
Yes, first actual item we've found. And Matt sets up a Houlihan there. So both our runners are farming rupees, which makes sense. Dawn needed them for Bottle Bender. Matt will now have plenty. And Matt not interested in CAC right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think this makes a lot of sense. Again, knowing that we don't have good save and quit points to the Kakariko area, just to kind of take advantage of this, starting locations and kind of clear out some of the other areas. Dawn finding the other end of Hookshot Cave, which is really good. They don't know that this leads to West Death Mountain, but again, overall, just a good thing for them to find.
I mean, we're going to see 4 items now.
That too. Items are only like partially important. It's the entrances that really count, right, Drowsy?
Right, you can beat the game on entrances alone. Who needs items? Nothing super interesting in Hookshot Cave. I mean, at this point in the game, a heart container is nice, but no progression. See, I don't even really know where the game is pointing us to. We do have Saha's Hut and Eastern entrances. Okay, Waterfall Fairy. Could see what she fills the bottle with. Yep, doing that.
Interesting that we are getting rid of the fairy, but we do get a red potion in its stead. Seeing that there was nothing really at Hookshot Cave, I'd be a little more tempted to believe that this hookshot, along with our 2 GT keys, are more indicative of potentially, a GT play, which makes me believe that the hammer might not be too far away in logic.
And there's Spike Cave, which we definitely can't do with our current inventory.
Nope, definitely need a hammer, a glove. A lot of people forget that glove requirement.
I've seen people go through the cave and then realize.
I don't think Matt has saved and quit yet to the old man, so he doesn't know that the old man leads to East Death Mountain. Finding yet another small key on the library. So there's a lot of early small keys in this game, which, as a runner, you actually kind of feel okay about.
Yeah, because once you find dungeons, you can at least start going through them.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's not a small key we can get right now because we don't have any boots. Drosty, are we getting boots today?
Ask the Magic 8-Ball.
8-Ball, are we getting boots today?
Situation unclear.
Dang it, 8-Ball.
So Dawn found one of our dark caves. I have no idea which one.
Yeah, wasn't able to really tell. We've already obviously seen the old man. We've seen DM entrance. So that leaves us with potentially the back of the old man save and quit point or Death Mountain Descent.
Oh, Bumper Cave takes us to the top of Dark Death Mountain. I have to imagine that mirror will show up before too long.
We'll see. The knowing that one of our connectors that led to the Dark World was already kind of mitigated by our old man save and quit, leads some credence to believe that maybe the mirror is a little bit deeper into logic. But you never know. I mean, again, we're 12 minutes into the seed. I'm sitting here talking about potentials when we're 12 minutes in. For all we know, the mirror is sitting at the dam entrance along with their hammer, or for all we know, the hammer is what someone said in chat in Moldorm 2.
I guess there's nothing stopping it from being there if you get all the keys to GT.
Cross keys do be mean sometimes.
And we do have the hook shot if we do have to fight Moldorm 2, though we would need a sword, since sword and hammer are the only weapons that damage him.
The sword is going to be in the pre-Moldorm chest.
Oh, okay. And you play this mode why?
because it's fun.
Oh, I don't think I caught that big key on race game when Dawn went through there. Of course, we need to figure out how to access race game first. And yes, that was the Smiths in the library location.
Hooray! I want to shout out our tracker, Jinxie. If you ever have any questions when it comes to, like, if you're watching a cross keys match and you think you missed something, Jinxie, if she's tracking, will have your answer 100% of the time.
She also enjoys Cross Keys Seed, where we find every possible location with items.
She gets upset if she doesn't finish off her, her list of items. So for these runners' sakes, I hope it's kind of a trolley seed that makes them find everything. So Matt, knowing that the Hookshot Cave connector leads off to West Southbound, not going to worry about it right now because he's already done everything there, with the exception of the two dark entrances, or the two dark world entrances, excuse me. So it'll be a little interesting to see where Dawn heads to now. Again, walking all the way back to Kakariko at this point is kind of slow. I guess they haven't done Back of Escape. No, they've done Back of Escape, so I don't know where we might be going to the North Dark or North Light World from here, which makes sense. I still think overall, this is kind of why I think Sanctuary being here is the worst.
Yeah, it is a lot of walking.
But the way Dawn routed Kakariko, like, they've already finished the entirety of, like, the main Kakariko area, so it's not like they're walking back down. So this is kind of their first entrance. We see Misery Mire. Ew.
Yeah, the hookshot does let us enter. We could get 4 items in there.
We can't right now. We don't have a way to kill the Wizrobes.
Oh, yeah, I guess bombs won't do it.
Yeah, I definitely didn't learn during, like, the finals of the tournament that bombs don't kill Wizrobes. That definitely didn't happen in, like, the semis or the actual finals of the Cross Keys tournament.
I had never thought about it one way or the other.
Because it's great, because, like, you don't, like, if you don't know it, you go in there, you drop the bomb takes forever to explode, and then they and they vanish or whatever, and you think, oh man, I just placed the bomb a little too late, and then you do it 3 more times, and, like, it's like, why isn't this working? And then you do it, like, the 4th and 5th time, and you're like, that had to have hit, and then they don't die, and you're like, okay, well, hey, this isn't Link's Awakening where you can kill Wizrobes with bombs. I did see Agate Tower over on Dawn's side in the forest.
And Ganon's at Cackwell. Ooh, front entrance to desert. So we can get the item in map chest and see the item on torch, and that's about it. Well, we can really stun enemies now.
It's what we always wanted.
Can't actually kill enemies, except with bombs. Oh, big key on the torch.
Alright, that's good. Kind of, I guess. I don't know. Is it actually good?
Well, I mean, it gives us hope for finding boots. Of course, that could be the big key to a pendant dungeon, or it could be like Swamp Big Key.
Dawn walking in, realizing that can't do anything in here because we don't have the Moon Pearl, and walks out.
And now he's stuck in bunny form. But presumably he'll walk to the east entrance of Desert and see where that goes. Ooh, there's Aga Tower. Did we see that on Dawn's side?
We did.
Okay. Now, again, we don't really have a good way to beat those guards. Otherwise, with one small key, it could be worth checking the two chests in there.
It's a lot of bombs to be able to get that first chest. I think it would, if you're unable to kill the bomb or the ball and chain guards like with the same bombs, it would take up probably all 10 of your bombs.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Also, did you notice that right side desert exit was vanilla?
I figured that's how Dawn got there, because I knew they were in desert, and then all of a sudden we're in right side desert.
So what's at Sank here? Lumberjack, but that's just 10 bombs.
Yep.
And we had Useless Fairy at Lumberjack, is that right?
Sure.
I think so.
But by process of elimination at this point, we should be able to tell what's behind Aga 2. I'm going to assume it's the uncle. Because I don't think we've seen the uncle.
Yeah, I don't know where Magic Bat was. We've definitely seen Sank, Useless Fairy, Ganon, Lumberjack, and Cackwell.
And I suspect if Magic, if Uncle was at the Magic Bat drop down, we would have seen it.
Oh, true.
I have to assume that it's Uncle behind Aga 2. In actual racing, importance, Dawn found Paradox Cave at Mini Moldrum Cave.
Wait, did we see Thieves Hideout?
The 5 entry, or you mean the drop down? Yeah, that was vanilla.
Oh, okay.
Dawn's got to be a little bit careful here, but.
So Matt is going to do the same stuff in Desert that Dawn just did, except that once he gets out the vanilla right side and goes to the Aegina location, he'll be able to give Sick Kid a bottle. And there's a Desert Small, so we can do more stuff in Desert now. As well as the other CT Small.
Oh god, both Castle Towers already? Like, gross.
Are we going to need that for some sort of crazy Dark World access?
I would say that like the logical implications of that is a little insane, and it's very likely that we can work around that.
I would hope so.
All right, so Dawn didn't get the bomb jump, so just decided to walk out of the south entrance or the bottom entrance of Paradox. Got spit out at Dark Shopping Mall. Not a whole lot we could do there, so saving and quitting, and kind of to square one in terms of like, where do we go? Again, this is kind of why this save and quit structure, or like this save and quit point, is the worst.
Yeah, once you get stuck, it is not fun.
Especially since the old, like, all of our save and quit points are light world. We do not have a Dark World save and quit point unless the back of the old man save and quit point leads us to Dark World.
To answer chat, Dawn was in bunny form when he entered Sea House, so he couldn't open the chest.
There was an ice rod on Desert Ledge, which I don't think Dawn peeked.
No, I think Dawn went straight to Sick Kid, who just has arrows. I know why you're sick. You have 10 arrows in your side.
I don't make the connection, Drossi.
I mean, that would lay up anyone in bed.
I mean, maybe he took 10 arrows to the knee, and he just isn't sick, and more specifically, just can't get out. I'm laughing at my own joke. Everything's going wrong.
Ooh. GT Big in the Desert Big Chest.
Oh, geez.
This seed really seems to be interested in GT, though it hasn't given us enough stuff to do anything in it. For the climb, we'd need a fire source.
Well, we need a fire source and a bow. We also need to find GT, and collectively, our runners have actually done a number of light world checks. There's not a whole lot in the light world in terms of entrances that we still have available to us. It's kind of the two entrances in Light World Shopping Mall. And that's, in terms of available entrances to us in the Light World, that's about it.
Yeah, and we really haven't found much by way of progression.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see kind of what's next.
Well, Matt hasn't done Hookshot Cave yet. That is, he's found it, but he...
No, he did it.
He did? Yeah. He go? Oh, right, yeah. He did go back and do it, yes.
Yeah,
My
because
bad.
the other end being in Kakariko, it made it, very easy to do it. I guess I'm a little curious about this first chest in Castle Tower. Not that the two Castle Towers keys mean anything to that chest logically, but it's an available item at this point. Matt, meanwhile, did get the bong jump, so was able to check the other entrance of Paradox. Finds out that it is the bomb shop in Dark World. So not bad. Not great, but not bad.
You definitely get a lot more no Moon Pearl music in cross keys than you do in regular modes.
Yeah, because it's not uncommon to see seeds maybe not require bunny walking, but make you because maybe it could be a later Moon Pearl that we're doing some of the bunny walking shenanigans.
Dawn hookshotted to TR Big Chest before realizing, oh, I'm kind of limited in what I can do without keys.
Yeah, but the
he could have gone back to Chain Chomps.
And that is a chest that is in logic given the entrance that we have. So a little surprised Dawn chose not to do that. I guess maybe you kind of want to think, hey, I want to loop it in with the vanilla big key chest, even though that's so far out of logic. But that is something to consider for our runners, is because we don't have a whole lot going on. It might be something to think about, because like Dawn at this point is walking all the way over just to check Sick Kid, which shows you just we're already running low on things to do.
And Matt finds himself in a C-shaped house, unable to open the chest.
Alright, so our runner's now left with some questions. Looks like both are kind of heading in the same direction. Dawn might check the other end of Paradox that they weren't able to get to. I suspect Matt, though, is going to walk this all the way over to the two entrances in Light Shopping Mall.
And maybe one of them will actually be something. A weapon would be really nice right now.
Yeah, given that these are kind of like our last two entrances that we can enter not as a bunny, I suspect one of them is going to be providing us something of relevant, like probably a sword, so we can start dipping our toes into mire. Ooh, we got to be careful. Please be careful. Oh, do not die. Use the rock for safety. That works too.
Well, that's...
Oh, it's just Turtle Rock. All right, well...
location. Yeah, we can't do anything in the front without the cane. I mean, maybe there's something in Chain Chomp Chest?
Yeah, so at this point, we're looking at Chain Chomp Chest, we're looking at First Chest Agate Tower. And we're looking at some connectors. It's kind of realistically what we have. Matt looks like they're going to be doing some fake flippers.
So bombs are enough to get the first chest in Aga Tower?
You could logically be expected to get the first chest in Aga Tower with bombs, yes.
Okay. I know you're certainly not expected to get the second chest in Aga Tower with just bombs. I didn't know about the first one.
No, but that's because the second chest is logically locked by the lamp. But it doesn't require any additional weaponry. You just need to have access to it.
Oh, okay. Because in Swordless, you're not expected to be able to defeat Aga 1 with just bombs and a bug net.
Okay. That might be something that is here, but I suspect not. Dawn, I wouldn't save and quit at this point. You don't have a whole lot going on. Yeah, so Dawn's gonna be doing some bunny walking shenanigans. Did Matt go all the way over to Arrow Game, or did he kind of stop his route right here? Do you remember?
He did not go all the way over to Arrow Game.
Okay.
I guess he can't talk to Stumpy because he can't lift bushes, but there's nothing stopping him from going to Arrow Game.
Right. But like, even connectors at this point, without a mirror, aren't super exciting. And like, realistically, we could get spit out at like the top of Death Mountain, or maybe the top of Hyrule Castle. Other than that, like all of our other connectors aren't really useful to us at the moment. Is that a vanilla swamp palace? Yes, it is.
Yes, Matt already discovered it.
I did not see that the first time. It looks like Matt is going to take the turtle. Is choosing Turtle Rock, which is reasonable. Let's see if he goes to Chain Chomps to try to see what this item is. Yes, he is.
Well, I don't know. He's already been in here, so I don't know why else he would come back here if he weren't going to Chain Chomps.
Well, he didn't check the connector, did he? Like,
oh, that's true. We don't know where.
yeah,
he
was here super.
side.
Yeah, he was here super early and just kind of saw that this was TRI and was like, okay, I'm gonna put that in the back of my mind and have it stored for when I need it, which turns out is here at the 30-minute mark.
Definitely a slow-moving seed. It feels like we've got nothing at 30 minutes.
Yeah. So one thing to note, at least I think, we've now seen a number of dark caves, and so I think we might have seen all of them with the one that Dawn just found.
Have we seen both? Ooh!
Hello, that is bad for Dawn.
Yeah, that definitely opens some checks under rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Vanilla Death Mountain entrance.
And to answer chat, like I agree that Dawn doesn't have that much left, but Dawn is already Dawn started to head to Chain Chomps and then changed their mind. So
that can...
which leads me to be like, okay, you're unsure when is Dawn going to get back there.
So that TR connector was just Dark Chapel.
Okay, so that's not what we were looking for. It was the glove that we were looking for, which that hook shot put into logic.
So I guess Matt's going to take the glove to the rock left of Gary, which would normally be the rupee farm. Ooh, brewery, just money. Hey, isn't that vanilla?
300 rupees at the brewery? Yes. Alright, so...
Are we gonna look under the rock by Light World Shopping Mall?
Yeah, like the glove is good. Like obviously it's clearly our progression, but it sucks because our glove locked entrances are on opposite ends of the map, and
don't forget the Death Mountain climb entrance.
yeah, again, one is at the top left, the Death Mountain climb. One is at the
Yeah.
bottom left, the one that Matt just checked, and the bottom right, which Matt is doing now.
Oh, and this also puts Zora in logic, and we now have Zora money.
Yeah, that is something else that we can do. I suspect Matt will probably save that for last. Hey, it's Thieves Town.
Without a weapon, but we can do the front four.
Yeah, but our front four is likely to lead us something.
Shield.
I suspect we're going to get a Moon Pearl in here. Or a way to kill Wizrobes in Mire.
Well, maybe you can bribe Wizrobes.
You could bribe me.
To kill Wizrobes for me?
Sure. Alright, so Dawn appears a little perplexed as to what to do. Understandable, considering what you're being asked to do is something very dumb. Wow, is there really going to be nothing in the front four at Thieves Town? Come on, game.
Well, we know where Witch's Hut is.
Oh god, that's bad.
That was in Lumberjack House, right?
Yeah.
Which means, again, we have to go all around the world because we first need to turn in the mushroom.
Yeah, we gotta turn in the mushroom, which, like, is honestly the easiest thing to do out of all of our tasks. But it's still just... This is a really slow start to a cross key seed.
Honestly, having turned in the mushroom, we might as well check Zora.
I think Dawn is going to head to these two entrances in Dark World here on West Mountain, which is not something we have seen from Matt. Given that I think we've seen Hammer Pegs and Checkerboard Cave already, I think the only thing that could be of value that isn't a connector would be Hype Cave, because you can talk to the NPC. Other than that, I don't think Dawn is going to find anything that they're looking for here. Oh, and I see we have a prediction in chat. What will we find first? A hammer/sword or a moon pearl? That is a nice Swamp Palace small key. And that should also tell Matt not to look for the flippers in Swamp Palace. Which I would hope that he doesn't attempt to do that anyways.
I think the odds of the flippers being in Swamp Palace are approximately 0.
So you're saying that... No, you're not saying. There's a chance.
No, I'm not.
Looks like Matt's going to check this entrance at Waterfall Ferry. Will not be able to do anything about it because we do not have a Moon Pearl. So we can't even water walk our way there. We do find that it is Spiral Cave.
Could have swum through Spiral Cave.
Absolutely. If you were able to swim... Oh, Matt, please be careful. All right, good. If you're able to swim through Spiral Cave and drop down, like, I don't even know what would happen.
I don't know either. Just some money on Zora Ledge, so we don't need to come back for that.
Like, do you fall?
Or
like,
do you...
if you conceivably get all the way over, do you, like, fall down as you're swimming? I almost want to, like, pseudo-test this.
If you can make it through, you'd need a fair number of hearts. Those enemies would be pretty hard to dodge. That was a very expensive compass. So finally turning in the mushroom, now we have to go all the way over to the potion shop to find out what we're getting. Without the boots, of course.
I do hope for Dawn's sake they remember the chain chomp room. It seems to me like they just don't believe that it's in logic.
That's like a rallying cry. Remember the chain chomps!
Yeah. I was a little bit hopeful, but I'm less hopeful now that Dawn is heading towards where they need to go. Having said that, where are they headed to? Looks like I was gonna say maybe they're gonna start checking for Zora, but that's not a thing. Still looks like they're gonna be doing some fake flippers. All right, what does this mushroom bring us, Drosy?
Oh, was it Smith's not? Oh!
There's a mirror.
Okay, we can get a bow with that. That's a weapon.
We can get a bow with that. We also have access to the top of Death Mountain via the Bumper Cave connector.
Yes, and I believe there was something that spat us out on the Dark Mimic Cave connector, Mid-Turtle Rock connector, whatever you want to call it.
TR Bridge, yeah, we were able
TR
to get
Bridge.
there. We were able to get there via Desert connector. So, plenty to do now in the world. Having said that, this seat sucks.
Yes. This was an incredibly slow start, but...
I mean, it's still essentially a slow start. Like, yeah, the mirror is nice, but like, you know, we're getting items at a trickle at this point. And we're required to go walk 95% of the way through the world. That is a nasty bush guard.
Yeah, we needed to go to Light Shopping Mall to lift the rock to get into Thieves Town to get the mushroom.
And keep in mind, in order to even get that, we needed to get the glove from Chain Chomp Rooms. It looks like I suspect that because Dawn is getting some bombs from the Cheaple, I think we're gonna see an attempt at bomb first chest Agate Tower.
Well, nothing on top of West Death Mountain besides that bow. But hey, we do have a weapon.
Oh no, no! I talked about this.
Oh well, I guess Dawn's about to learn what you learned during the tournament.
All right, well, Dawn is about to learn what I learned. You cannot bomb Wizrobes here.
I shouldn't be laughing, but after we just went through all this. Yeah, he has to realize that it just didn't work at that point.
And I mean, this is just kind of the unfortunate thing. Like, if you're not someone who plays a lot of cross keys, you know, these aren't the kind of situations you're used to. You know, you don't realize that, you know, hey, Chain Chomp Room is in logic if you have access to either the left or right entrances of Turtle Rock available to you. You know, it looks like Dawn might be heading there now, which is very good.
And not an entrance rando. It is literally impossible to enter Mire without a sword because you need it to activate the medallion.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, cross keys, if you're not used to it, can throw situations at you that you just might not be prepared for.
Well, looks like Dawn is in the right place at least.
Yeah, so this will be good for Dawn. Matt, meanwhile, is going to be going back to Desert, and we'll be checking the TR bridge. I don't know if Matt's gone through Bumper Cave, so I don't know if he knows about the connector to the top of Dark Death Mountain.
Oh, very true, because that will get us all of Light Death Mountain access.
Oh, there's also Tower of Hera right here.
Though we still don't have a weapon to kill Moldorm with.
Well, we don't have the big key either, but...
Yeah, but that didn't stop anyone from herapotting.
True. No fire source either due to the basement, so probably just going to be these subjects. Hello, Moon Pearl.
French vanilla.
I find that interesting considering that wasn't locked behind the mirror that, we have found kind of through our other areas.
Some people just got a very nice payout, by the way. That was the longer side of the
Nice.
odds.
Nice. But that Moon Pearl Oak gives us plenty to do now. We now have access to... I mean, maybe not. We have some Dark World access at this point.
Matt needed a reminder about where that exit went.
Yeah, needed the other end of desert, and that's an unfortunate walk at this point.
But yes, now we have a lot of stuff to check in Dark World. Where did we find that Hera entrance?
Are you asking where Hera was?
Yeah.
That's at the Death Mountain entrance.
Oh, okay, so it was glove locked. Just a fortune teller and mimic cave for all that.
Yeah, but from that, he'll be able to check Meyer's Shed right here, and then also mirror and check the entrance on this end. So still some good things to find and check out.
Well, Meyer's Shed was junk for all that.
All right, so Dawn is going to pick up their Moon Pearl, which is good, but knowing where our mirror is, this could be kind of bad for Dawn.
Right, because now it'll open up enough stuff that'll take him away from the mirror, most likely.
Yeah.
Because even if you get to Thieves Town, Mushroom Turn-In is not going to be high on your priority list.
No, especially... I don't know if Dawn has actually checked the connector at Turtle Rock, but once they do and sees that it takes them to West Dark World, and they're not going to be super interested in heading over towards the one entrance at the very far southeast of the map. And unfortunately, you need to do that to even get the mirror, which would make that entrance chain more exciting or more interesting to do.
Wait, why do we need to do that to get the mirror?
Because the mushroom was in Thieves Town.
Right, and Thieves Town was under the Rock and Light Shopping Mall, right?
Yeah, so if Dawn is doing that now, that's really good, but what I'm saying is, you want the mirror to be able to combo Dark Shopping Mall with Light Shopping Mall at this point.
Oh, I see.
And that's just not going to happen with Dawn.
So what's in Spec Rock? Oh, Heart Container's nice. Not progression, but nice.
I promise I'm almost done eating. I've been talking a lot more, so I have not been eating as much as I did 2 days ago when I did this, but I am almost done eating.
Whereas, as I told you, I kind of ate my dinner too fast in preparation for this match, and that didn't work well with my stomach either. But here I am.
It's like trying to get in back from work in time to commentate a race when you're off at 4:30 and the race is at 5. Ooh, those are some nice mitts on Don's side.
Ooh, and given where Matt is, he should get to them eventually.
I mean, I want to say yes, but it's not unreasonable to suspect that there might be a connector that takes him somewhere else. Especially now that he has the mirror, he's going to want to probably check the connectors as he finds them. We do see GT, though. Oh, that's a flute.
That'll help us get around the world.
Yeah, and that will actually help Dawn a bit, assuming that Dawn can find their way over to West Dark World, because that flute will make it easier to get to Thieves Town, which is where
Dawn can easily find his way there because he has the mitts now.
Oh, that's right, he does have the mitts. Yeah, you right. Unfortunately, Dawn doesn't have the
mirror to immediately drop off the smith.
Yeah, to literally just drop off the smith.
Yeah, that's like the easiest smith chain ever, if you have the mirror.
I would say, yeah, if you have the mirror. If you don't have the mirror, that's kind of just like a slap in the face.
And here's the back of Skull Woods, not too far from its vanilla location, but we can only do this one chest because we need a fire source and a sword to get to Moth. Logically, we need the fire rod, but I trust Matt to be able to bomb jump if he has a lamp. There's the dam. That's our second pod key, I believe. Ooh, Hype Cave on Bumper Cave entrance. Watch it be nothing.
It's always nothing. Like I said,
it's marginally something depending on whether it actually opens anything.
Yeah, and given that we have mitts and flute, it could actually be something. So maybe.
Yes, once Dawn finds a flute or Matt gets the mitts, we'll probably see Meyer area.
Well, Dawn, I think, will find the flute before Matt finds the mitts, I think. I think just given how close Dawn is to the flute, I think Dawn picks up the flute first, but it's not going to be a major time difference, considering I don't think there are any connectors in Village of Outcasts, so...
Right. Matt's going to do Front of Skull Woods first. And he can also just activate the flute as he goes through Village of Outcasts, which is nice.
Yeah, because he does have that mirror. That mirror also gets us access to that big key that's on Race Game.
Oh, true. Hey, and Blue Mail's nice. Especially since we still don't have a weapon.
Yep, and we're going to also check out what was here in the big chest of Skull Woods. Just a nice blue boomerang.
Look at all the ways we can stun enemies.
If only we had a way... I mean, we do have ways to kill them, but if only we had an easy way to kill them. Oh, look at that swag chest turn.
You don't like pummeling Gibdos with arrows?
No.
And of course, in Entrance Rando, this chest is guaranteed to be vanilla.
So Dawn walked right past the big chest. Dawn has the big key.
Yes, sure I wonder if he just forgot.
Oh, is Dawn going to open up this chest? I mean, yeah, it's fine. Because we haven't picked up the small key over on the other end. Looks like Dawn is remembering. And in case you were wondering, the frog can bomb jump just as well as you can. The frog can also hover. The frog can dash. The frog can do anything that you can.
Anything you can do, Frog can do better. Frog can do anything better than you.
This Skibdos might cause mass problems here in a moment. It's fine. We're just taking our Gibdo friend with us. Unfortunately, he didn't push. Okay, well we're just gonna restart the room right there.
Second try.
Yeah. So
Works
what
every
happened right
time,
there?
right?
Yeah, it works every time the first time. So what actually happened to Matt right there? That he didn't push the statue to the left enough. So when he went over the switch, its hit detection and didn't quite reach the switch, which sucks.
So Don gets through first. Another key, GT.
Yeah, that is GT key number 3.
I feel like we're gonna get a hammer or the cane of Samaria or a fire source pretty soon.
Yeah, because the GT basement key logic is silly like that. Bob's chest and behind Iosarmos are logically locked behind 3 GT small keys. However, the paths to get there on both sides are logically locked by all 4.
Hey, and with that bow and arrow, we are gonna do the 2 chests in Aga Tower. Only
Yeah.
4 arrows to kill these guys.
Super reasonable. There'll be an additional 4 arrows to take care of these 2 guards. Matt doing it very nicely and not the way where you run in circles for 30 seconds to give yourself enough space to turn around and shoot an arrow.
Yeah, those guards charge you in a hurry. That was a lot of quick swapping.
These bomb placements are interesting. Like, I understand he's doing that so he can have a gauge to where he is, but like where they were, I'm like, he is on weird ends of this maze.
So, what do we think those early castle tower keys were for?
Show. Game's got to put him somewhere.
I suppose. If you actually need them, though, because it's all dungeons or something, they're never easy to find.
Like, at this point, the only way that you could really make it work is if you needed the portal somehow to turn in the big bomb, or if you needed to defeat Aga because there's 4 swords and the cape behind the Aga Tower entrance. Yeah, and it could logically be our East Darkhold access, but the runners, I suspect, are good enough to be able to sequence break that if necessary, as chat pointed out.
So is this Dawn's Flute incoming?
Yes, this will be Dawn's Flute incoming.
And here's our flute activation on Matt's side.
Yes, that flute mit's very interesting because it puts a lot of the mire and desert area into logic. We can get that ice rod now. At least, well.
Oh, right, I forgot that was on Desert Ledge, yes. And we can check the 2 entrances over there.
Yeah, like there's, I think, 7 entrances that we have access to. 8 if Mire is Quake and we find a sword. Alright, Matt now knows that when he finds the flippers, he can do the first chest of Swamp Palace in logic. And even the second chest because he has that Swamp Small Key, which he should know could not contain the flippers.
And the Smiths just gave us a compass for all that.
It's a little unfortunate.
Okay, so given that Matt's down here, he'll do dig game. He's also going to get that big key off of the race game.
Yep, that portal's in a little bit of a precarious position. Matt's going to have to hold on to something over his head for a little bit longer if he doesn't want to accidentally jump back in that portal when he's trying to check this entrance. What's a pod dig? I like it.
Really makes you wonder when that hammer's going to turn up. Oh, vanilla, how about that? And doesn't want to find out where it goes.
That's the correct call right now.
Just in case you get yourself locked out on the other side?
Yeah.
If it takes you to like a Bonk Rocks entrance?
Mm-hmm. Don finding cave 45 here, where the hookshot cave entrance is. Again, I don't think Matt has actually taken the connector through Bumper Cave. Ooh, Green Pendant Swamp Palace.
And regular crystal, Turtle Rock, and Skull Woods.
A little interested at that green pendant, but in Cross Keys you're usually dipping dungeons anyways, so I suspect we'll be in Swamp Palace at some point regardless. There's a cape at the dam. Nice.
And Matt's about...
Oop, go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to say, Matt's about to get his mitts, so we might be getting close once he does Hype Cave and finds his cape also, presumably. Getting pretty close. Oh no, he's
going to go back for the connector.
Yeah, okay. Either way, I think we're going to see Meyer in the relatively near future. What were you saying about chat?
I was say Chad was asking where the mirror was, and I was gonna say, mirror's on the mushroom turn with the mushroom in Thieves Town, which is over in Light World Shopping Mall.
Under the rock, relevantly, so we couldn't get it immediately.
Yes. Don is going a long way for the TR bridge for the 2 checks in Meyer Shed. A little surprised given that they've got flute mitts that they aren't just going over to the Meyer area. Maybe just be giving them something to think about.
Well, that connector got us 20 rupees for our trouble.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Matt, you mirrored.
Oh, right.
So you lost your portal back right there at Race Game.
At least the only thing he was really missing at that point was the Hype Cave entrance.
True. But with the mirror, he'll be able to take this and just kind of very quickly check the entrance up top, and then drop down the middle entrance, or the middle. Hey, Bumper Cave. Oh wait, we knew that. Yeah, because this is Darkwood. He'll be able to drop down this middle, drop down here. But you check this entrance first because
that was way too quick for me to see what Meyer.
It looked like Quake. It looked like Quake.
Of course, it was Quake.
All right, so this is a nice little connector for Matt. Ooh, big key to Thieves Town.
Ooh.
And our lamp.
Well, there's our...
And a sword. And another sword. Oh, baby.
And a bomb to show his appreciation. Wow. But we did find fire source before the first sword.
Technically, yes.
Once again, the longer odds win.
All right, so that's all good for Dawn. I mean, Dawn still doesn't know where Thieves Town is, but Dawn will be able to clear Thieves Town. Oh, sad.
Yeah, not that we have the Eastern Big Key anyway. But yes, once Matt gets over there, if he finds the Eastern Big, he can clear this.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised Matt is taking this all the way over to the pod area.
Ooh!
God, this game sucks. Something in Eastern. Gross.
So
Eastern's a
Matt
crystal,
needs
by
to
the
get
way.
over to Meyer area. I'm kind of surprised he did this too before checking Meyer.
It's not even checking Meyer, but like he's now isolated the Fairy Ascension Cave entrance, the one that's the Light World version of Laser Bridge, essentially.
Yeah.
He's also going to be isolating the Aga Tower entrance here because he doesn't have either of the two swords that Dawn has, nor does he have the cape that is at the Sunken Treasure. So this Aga Tower entrance is going to be a little bit isolated.
Maybe King's Tomb has something.
It has a chest turn.
Okay, so if Dawn's recently picked up both keys to Thieves' Town, I'm starting to wonder if the hammer's in here. We have the lamp, so the last small chest is fully in logic. You think it's going to be the hammer at the rate we're going?
No.
That would be too trolly of the seed?
Kinda, yeah. I'm also looking at our equipment. We now have a fire source. We now have a bow. Upstairs GT is a thing that exists.
That is true. The whole thing, in fact, because we have a sword, too, to beat Moldorm.
Yeah. We can only, logically, the only two chests that are in logic up there are Mini Helmasaurm, just because pre-Moldorm is locked by 3. Oh, we have 3 keys, so pre-Moldorm is in logic. Moldorm 2 is not.
And Eastern and Potter are 5-6.
Yay! Did you enjoy the excitement in my voice there?
I knew you'd love that.
I mean, just give us the Eastern Big Key, and then I'll happily go into Eastern. If I'm at.
Oh, what's the common name for that shop that has the fire shield?
The Curiosity Shop.
Ah, thank you.
Ooh,
and we have
Bridge.
Laser Bridge in the Meyer area.
All right, so Dawn, despite being late to the gloves, is finding things. I don't expect Matt to be too far behind in this scenario, so I still give Matt a little bit of a lead. And I'm giving him the lead until Dawn picks up the mirror. But Dawn isn't wasting time at this point. These are all things that Matt's going to do.
I wonder why Don just doesn't put on the cape if he's having that much trouble.
You might not be thinking of it at this moment.
Oh, that was Agena. Why didn't we? Oh,
We
no
have
bombs.
no bombs! Matt, what have you
Of
done?
course.
So we're never coming back. We're Igina's cave to Matt no longer exists. So if there is something in Igina's cave, that is potentially very good news for Dawn. Matt just seems like this is one of those things where, like, if you're Matt, you're like, "Oh crap," and it just kind of messes up your entire rhythm. Because he obviously knows that he has the entire Meyer desert area to check, but the general lack of bombs was just one of those moments that just kind of trips you up, messes with your flow, and all of a sudden you were just like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Especially since weren't there bombs for sale in Curiosity Shop?
I don't think Curiosity Shop sells bombs.
Oh.
Because it sells a bee, it sells
The fire shield.
The fire shield. I don't remember the third item. You won't find bombs here, but you will find a lot of other good items.
Well, and now he has orphaned Agate Tower entrance to worry about, too.
Yes. I'm less worried about that than I am of Agina's Cave.
Well, let's see what he does with Eastern.
I would hope he at least checks the other entrances around it. Like, if you want to dive Eastern after, like, as kind of the end of your route, that's perfectly acceptable. But hopefully he would finish off the entrances and maybe hope to snap the Eastern big key. Thank you. Thank you for not making me a liar.
But he will need his fire rod at some point.
Yeah, and like I said, like going in as sort of the end of your route, cool.
Oh, now he has bombs.
Hey. Dawn, meanwhile, on to our first boss, Mothla, which we know is a crystal.
I was just thinking, Matt could, if Agina is weighing on his mind, he could save scum that portal. And flute to 5.
He could, but that'd require a death. Like that's a lot of work for one item.
Yeah.
And you want to check these other entrances here, I think. So I don't think it's weighing like it's not weighing heavily on Matt's mind. Okay, it might be weighing heavily.
If he's intentionally taking that damage, I think it's weighing on his mind.
I was like, this is. I'm surprised by this, but you know what? All right. Drosy, you know Matt better than I do.
I mean, it seemed when he was placing that portal like he did, rather than just saving and quitting.
Well, no, you're not placing the portal there because you want to come back to it. You're placing the portal there because it's quicker to do that and flute away than it is to save and quit.
Well, he placed the portal there and he's going back to it. No, so the chat's saying he's gonna miss the fire rod. No, I think he's fluting back to 6 after this, especially he didn't check Checkerboard Cave yet because he wanted to save this portal, so.
Yeah, the plan is to go right back. So, I mean, baller for Matt to do this. This is really cool. Again, not something I would have done in the slightest. I would have just said this chest no longer exists.
And if he had lost that portal, it absolutely no longer exists. But I was thinking,
I still don't think it exists.
You know what they say, shovel is the true go mode. I mean, our first fetch quest sure was progression. Also, Dawn going into Mire with a fire source and a reasonable weapon, but no big key. So that's 6 items he can get.
Yep, 2 Mire smalls, so we're still 1 small key short of putting the fire rod lock side or fire lock side into logic, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a big deal for Dawn. You know, you don't sit here and think, oh man, these aren't in logic. I better skip these for now.
I'm surprised Matt didn't flute back to 6 though. Maybe now.
I mean, you save and quit out of Agina's Cave. That's you're not walking out of Agina's Cave.
Right. So, no. I mean that.
And he hadn't. I don't think he'd seen where.
Oh, okay. Because.
Yeah.
Well, there's our other invincibility item. If we ever found a hammer, Spike Cave would definitely be in logic now. Matt not getting the ice rod yet.
I mean, he's gonna go pick it up right now. Just kidding. Matt, stop making me a liar.
Ooh.
Sahasrahla.
Swamp Palace.
Yep. Matt didn't do a map check, so Matt doesn't know that. Ice Big. We also had a Skull Small and I believe a Turtle Rock Small in there, so I think that's our first Turtle Rock key. Maybe our second.
Yeah, I believe that was our first TR key. Come on, Matt. Okay.
Now Matt's now going to get the Ice Rod.
I mean, we do absolutely need that Ice Rod. And now you check checkerboard, and then one hopes you do a bit of Eastern and find the Fire Rod.
Yeah, it would be reasonable at this point for Matt to dip Eastern. It would also be reasonable for him to skip it forever until you get the big key.
Which could be locked behind the Fire Rod for all we know. Well, he is portaling back, so...
Dawn in a room that you very rarely see.
Fishbone?
No. I would say even rarer than Fishbone.
Which room was that?
The room to the... I don't even know what direction it's in. If you're headed to the bridge chest that Dawn went, you turned left. Hello, Palace of Darkness.
Yes. We have a big key and a couple of smalls. We can explore quite a bit here. Can't finish without the hammer, but...
Oh, Flippers, hello.
Yeah, combine that with Swamp Small. That's 2 checks in Swamp.
Oh, Tempered, hello. Well, Dawn doesn't have the Swamp Small yet.
Matt found his second TR Small, by the way.
Oh, baby.
Suddenly, it's starting to come together.
It only took an hour and 15 minutes in. Like, if you're out of the runner, you're probably not feeling... Like, you understand that, God, what I'm doing, my opponent is also being forced to go through. But we're an hour and 15 in, and collectively, we have finished 1 dungeon.
Hey, Dawn can Hera pot and finish Hera here.
Yes, it is a pendant, which... Like, if it's pendant, I think you hold off on Hera potting.
When did we find out it was a pendant?
Just now, when we see that nice little P on the top left.
Oh, yes, how about that? Forgot about that little improvement.
So, a recent update to the randomizer allows runners to look at the top left of a screen and see whether or not your dungeon is a crystal or a pendant. In key sanity modes, you need the map in order for that to appear. In non-key sanity modes, I think those just appear naturally.
Hey, Wall Kicks, did you see what was on the arena ledge there?
Yes and no.
Our 4th GT Small.
Oh, okay.
So Moldorm 2 and Aga 2 are now fully in Logic.
That's true, which means I believe it's the uncle behind it, is also in Logic.
So that's 6 checks we've opened up.
Alright, Donna is walking out, which leads me to believe that they will be Hera potting.
And since that was in the front, it's in Logic, whereas this stuff in the back isn't in Logic without more small keys.
Right. Gets the Hera pot first try. There's our 4th sword.
Nice.
Gonna see some bomb jumping here on Matt's side.
Yep, save a small key that we don't have.
Do we get some bombs for our troubles?
And That's Dawn's second boss, while Matt hasn't taken down any, but I'd still consider him ahead because of that mirror and everything that it's led to.
Yeah, I still think overall Matt's got a bit of a lead. Kind of, you said, just because of that mirror. We do see that Tower of Hera is confirmed dependent, not just because Dawn was holding up set pendant, but because... Ooh, hello, more maps.
Oh, so Thieves is... Oh, so we know all our locations now, because...
Yep.
Matt already knew the 5 and 6, and if Thieves is the third pendant, well, everything else has to be a crystal.
Yep. So this will be good for Matt, going into Eastern to pick up their Fire Rod. I gotta imagine TR is weighing heavily on... Well, no, we can't... I was gonna say right side, but we don't have... Yeah, but I was gonna say we don't have Samaria. I still think climbing weighs heavily on the mind.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
This seed has definitely pushed all 4 keys, the big key, as well as the fire sources in the bow. Like, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Hammer's upstairs. Alright, what's next for Dawn? Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Almost could have found Thieves Town.
Reasonable that with the flippers, though, they're going to do flipper checks. Totally understandable.
Hey, maybe we'll find out where Spiral Cave goes.
I suspect we're going to check Ice Palace entrance. We've already been there, Dawn. Oh, Dawn making me a liar. Runners are just making me liars today.
You're very good at figuring out what they're not going to do.
I'm really good at that. Spiral Cave, turn around, say no.
Yeah, gotta do the Zora check. Probably at this point even get the money from Zora Ledge after you get scammed.
Yeah, considering they're low on, this will take Dawn to under 100 rupees, and I don't think they've done the pod area yet, so... Although, I don't know if he went far enough to see that was 300.
Yeah, Dawn really needs to flute back to 8. At least he's been reasonably productive.
Yeah, and that's big. We obviously, as viewers and commentators, know what Dawn is missing. Matt, you cannot flute in the Dark World. This is not inverted. But yeah, we as viewers and commentators know that Dawn is missing the mirror. But like you said, Dawn has still been productive. And that's kind of what you need to be doing in cross keys. Like, even if you're not getting everything you need, as long as you're not going 20 plus minutes between progression items, you're still in okay shape.
And hey, now Matt's in Mire, where he will get his flippers. And will he also get a butter sword in here?
Yes, he will get the butter sword in here.
Okay.
Along with his cane to Burna. And I don't know what else is in here.
So at this point, we still need Hammer and Boots and Samaria. I'm presuming Boots because there was that Boots locked big key in Desert, so until we hear otherwise, I'm assuming we'll need them.
Yeah, and looking at the big keys we don't have, it's like you said, it is very likely that we will need the boots. Chat asking about Ice Palace, which is something that we can do. That's in South Kakariko, or south of Kakariko, not South Kakariko.
Yeah, do you really want to dip Ice without the hammer? I'd rather dip Swamp without the hammer and just do those first 2 chests since we've already pulled Dam.
Yeah, that is something that we could do. I forgot where Swamp Palace was. I don't think
Vanilla.
You're right. I still think you climb GT before.
Yeah.
dipping ice.
Oh yeah, that's 6 items compared to like 2 in swamp or what? 4 in ice and logic?
4.
5?
It'd
5
be
in logic.
5.
We have the
Yeah, it'd
big
be
key.
5 period.
Well, oh right, we don't have the cane to icebreaker, so yeah, 5 period.
All right, well, kind of unfortunate for Dawn. We're where we want to be, but in the wrong world. And without the mirror, we're not coming back to this. And yeah.
Yeah, though I don't think we've seen under this rock yet. Dawn's not pulling up that rock?
That's where we popped out of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's how we got here in the first place. There's butter for Matt. A little bit surprised he used the potion, but guess he wanted to hold on to the magic. Gets the reward with their flippers.
I mean, there is a magic refill pretty close by. I'm a bit surprised he didn't just use Burno.
We are done here in Mire.
So, we haven't checked out the shovel spot yet.
No, because that's gross, and who wants to do that?
Looks like Matt's going for Cack Portal, though.
Yeah, which
Probably going to
leads me
finish Skullwoods.
Yeah, I was like, I suspect this will be a Skullwoods into maybe like checking to see where the back of Skullwoods is, and then potentially a GT play.
Hey, now Dawn's doing... Oh, that's our first look at Hyrule Castle.
It is. Without the small key, the only checks that are in logic are Dark Cross and the first chest here in front of Escape. Matt's actually heading south. I think this might be turning into Smith.
Well, it'll be very quick. And if he then does purple chest, that'll be combinable with shovel and swamp.
Yeah, very true. And luckily, Matt confirmed for all of us that the flippers were not in Swamp Palace.
Dawn confirmed it first. But Dawn didn't know about the swamp small key location.
That's true. So like,
right, even with the flippers, Dawn didn't check Hobo for all the flippers checks he did.
It's because Hobo's a bad check.
And it does lock a pendant dungeon, which you don't really want to see.
I mean, Dawn doesn't know that, but like, Hobo is a bad check.
Well, I mean, Dawn knows Swamp's a pendant, he just doesn't know that...
Having said that, Chad is saying that Dawn has already done Hobo.
Oh.
Which
okay.
Clearly it was so bad that I've forgotten.
And... Oh, so Matt not interested in Swamp right now.
Nah, you're not walking the purple chest all this way. 20 rupees.
Just your standard finder's fee. You know, with that many hearts and blue mail, it's really hard to set up a death warp.
Yeah, but that card does have heart. Please don't die beforehand. Please do not die beforehand. Okay, good. Thank you.
And here's our shovel check, which will tell us whether that Agena portal save was worth it.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Ah, well. Peace of mind.
Yeah, but now we're walking all the way back.
Oh, the refill on Dawn's side.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was so intent on seeing what shovel gave us, I didn't realize Piece of Heart and full refill. It happens.
All right, so Matt's taking care of Dark Shopping Mall. Oh, nope, just kidding. He's checking 2 checks in Swamp Palace. Man, we are putting off the GT climb.
Well, if Don has to walk out anyway, he's checking this exit, which puts us Pyramid Ferry. Too bad he doesn't have the mirror. He could tell us what's in the Aga Tower entrance.
I was like, yeah, that's not a little unfortunate because now we are kind of locked out of getting back into Hyrule Castle for a little bit. In terms of important connectors, we have not seen the top of Bumper, and we have not seen Floating Island. I mean, we know Floating Island's nothing, so that's not necessarily the most important connector, but the Bumper Cape connector...
What? Matt pulled Floating Island.
Did he?
Yeah, the Fighting Brothers.
Oh, okay.
The other entrance of which was vanilla.
It's hard to watch two people.
Well, good thing we don't try to do, like, 4-person cross keys.
Ugh, gross. Okay, so we haven't been on top of Bumper Cave.
Right.
And that's our that's our last important must connect.
Oh, Matt's got the mirror out. I wonder if he's gonna go do thieves and just hope that the big chest
Hammer.
isn't anything.
Yeah. The checks are all in logic, so... Oh, we aren't doing Thieves Town. He wants a hammer.
GT time? I forget where GT is at this point.
GT's at Curiosity Shop, so it might be GT time.
Okay.
Because you aren't walking south from here, that's for sure. You might... I suspect he'll walk in and see what's at the back of Skullwoods.
Yeah, I mean, Moth's a crystal, yeah. Oh, no. Wait,
no,
why is
like he'll do he'll do Mothula, and then he might walk into Skullwoods to see to use the fire rod to open up the back of Skullwoods.
I'm very confused. Moth's marked as a pendant on Matt's side and a crystal on Dawn's side.
Skullwoods is crystal. There's a nice C.
Okay.
Thieves Town is the pendant.
Thieves Town was the last. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jinxie. Just off by 1.
And if Chad is wondering why, like, the pendants and crystals are marked all on Matt's side but not all on Dawn's side, this is kind of coming from the Cross Keys tournament, and on the other end, is that we would mark the trackers based on the runner's knowledge. So Matt knows all of his pendants and crystals. Dawn doesn't.
Yeah, at some point, Dawn will find out that Thieves is a pendant and then be able to figure out everything else by process of elimination.
Yes. All right, so Easy Moth format gets his first crystal at the hour and 30 mark, and God, you just don't like that feeling at all.
And Dawn's gonna show us if there's anything in ice here.
Yep, this makes sense for Dawn because Dawn can't climb GT without the bow, which is mirror locked.
And Dawn still hasn't found Thieves Town.
Nope. Again, just where Thieves Town is and having that particular entrance locked the mirror just really sucks. And Matt's finally climbing. Also, the rarely seen 5 GT small keys.
Hey, Dawn found the sewers key. Now that piece of heart in Zelda's cell is in logic.
Hooray! I kind of hope, if for just for the lulz, that Matt picks up the mini Helmasaur key, so we can have 6 keys to GT.
If only briefly.
Yeah, if only briefly.
Maybe when he does the basement, he'll unlock the middle door just to show off all his keys.
You've got the 4 keys. This would actually be like the perfect time to do it. I mean, I say that it's not going to happen because we've already done the areas around it.
You know, as a kid, I don't think I knew that Tile Room had a key, and so I thought if you unlocked the middle door, you locked yourself out of the right side.
Interesting. Don choosing not to Ice Palace bomb jump. A little interesting, because if the hammer's here, we could just clear it. I guess it's not unreasonable to consider that it could be in Ice Palace. I don't think it is, but, you know, it's possible.
I guess Ice Palace Big was mirror locked. Oh, nice swag staircase clip there.
Ice Palace Big was probably mirror lock.
We've also located all 3 shields now.
Yeah, chat telling us back of desert. Chat is a better tracker than I am. And I'm commentating this race.
Speaking of which, have we found back of desert yet?
No.
And here we have the very rare Samarialist GT climb. Also bootless GT climb. Between those 2 things, it's really unfortunate.
Man, watching everyone else play this week, I feel really good about how my cross-key seed went.
Who's your team playing this week?
Magliacci, but I got a 144.
Could be the fastest time all week.
Alright, Don might be heading over to Swamp Palace for these first 2 chests. Alright, Matt, give us the lulz. Give me 6 GT keys. Yes! Thank you, Matt.
There's gotta be something either here or at Uncle. The game's just been screaming about it too much.
Alright, first chest swamp, 300 rupees. Second chest swamp. $20 rupees.
Nothing like another fetch quest.
And was Magic Bat vanilla or behind Aga 1?
I think behind Aga 1 was Useless Fairy, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we do have logical access to the Magic Bat. Which, funny enough, you can't sequence break because of the mirror being at the potion shop, which is... oh my god.
Tough break on that last round.
Yeah, but he makes up for it very nicely. Alright, Don probably headed to Catfish at this point. And then Don is running out of things to do, I think. Like, the mirror is becoming a stalling point for him, or whatever you want to call it. I couldn't think of a good word at that moment.
Matt is now going to check the castle tower entrance.
A, we have not seen this yet. A, it is absolutely nothing. All right, Uncle time. That's not Uncle time.
It's starting to point more towards Magic Bat. Oh!
Okay, that is required. So
can finish Eastern now.
We can finish Eastern.
We at least know that we don't need the big bomb for anything.
Well, Dawn knows. Matt doesn't yet.
Right. But we, the viewers, know.
And we, the viewers, are what matter. All right, here's another entrance I don't think either runner is done on Dawn's side. And it's the back of desert. Can't do anything, but hey, there's the back of desert.
Saying we hadn't found the back of desert yet.
Matt, you need to be in the dark world, buddy. So he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna do Eastern Palace instead.
Free magic refill at the end.
He gets his refill from the Frustration Quake. Yeah, in case you aren't sure, using Quake does count as a bonk. I didn't know that there was a blue rupee at that particular tree, but you can bonk with Quake. No, yeah, come on. I thought you cannot open King's Tomb with Quake, unfortunately. That would be really cool, but I just don't think it's a thing.
By the way, I just looked up Matt's ladder PB on Cross Keys. I don't know his overall PB, but ladder was easy to find. It's 144.25. I don't think he's getting that today.
I believe in you, Matt. You have 3.5 minutes to beat your ladder PB. It's the hammer!
Dawn has not played any ladder Cross Keys, by the way, so I can't look up his.
Unfortunate. But fortunate for Dawn, they are heading to Thieves Town, which means we will be getting that mushroom, which means we can finally get the mirror on Dawn's side. Although I suspect Dawn is probably going to finish Thieves Town at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's so late in, you're just like, screw this hammer requirement, I'm doing blind.
Yeah. He doesn't know it's a pendant, though. A little unfortunate, but is what it is.
By the way, while I was looking up ladder ratings, I discovered that Matt is actually the global Season 9 leader at the moment.
Pog. So I joked about it like an hour and a half ago, but our hammer was behind the climb. So I apologize to the runners.
Why, so it was. But now we have it.
It's true.
Matt could do Ice Palace.
He could do Ice Palace. He could also turn in the powder the normal way. Matt was just a little ahead of himself. He was ready. He knew that he was about to be able to do powder in the dark or in the light world. But then he's like, wait a minute, I didn't pick up my hammer from Eastern yet. And yeah. Matt, by the way, is heading right back to GT.
Sure, why not do the basement?
I mean, it is by far our densest number of checks.
Chad is reminding us of the seed this afternoon where Mushroom was on Ped and Mushroom Turn-In was TR Big Key.
Oh. I didn't see that. I was working.
Probably for the best.
Probably.
Because there are some things you can't unsee in life.
Alright, so we're just kind of looking for big keys at this point, and the Cane of Samaria. We will need the big keys to Mire, Turtle Rock, and Desert.
There's our third TR small. There's our third pod small.
We did need that pot small. Another one for good measure. And another one for good measure.
So this is clearly our logical way to get through pod. I mean, Matt might as well go and full clear the rest of pod after this.
Yeah, like this is kind of like we're kind of at the point in the seed where it's not it doesn't become linear, but you're starting to kind of everything kind of falls into place, and now it's like, okay, this play is leading me here, which will probably lead me to here, which probably leads me to the end of the game.
Right.
So in a stunning reversal, Matt has 10 bombs, but only 1 arrow.
Could make for an interesting Armos Knights fight.
Nice useless ether medallion. Don, meanwhile, working on blind, got a little bit off script, but should be able to finish it up nicely. Unfortunately, they will be finding a pendant falling from the sky and not a crystal. Slick little bomb damage boost there to avoid going into the portal. Podkey? Oh, I was honestly hoping for R6 Podkey just for the lulz. Matt saved that. Nicely done.
Remembers the arrows under that pot.
Still not enough, but helpful.
Well, that's what boomerangs are for. But no, he's got the Cane of Burnout, which overall is better.
Yep. Alright, where is Dawn headed off to? This might be a purple chest play. I don't think Dawn has actually done purple chest yet.
Ooh, half magic.
Calculated. Cannot tell me otherwise. Yeah, sometimes sword beans suck. Alright, so Matt now off to check the 2 hammer-locked entrances over here. I don't really know. He hasn't found the back of Desert, which we know he needs to find. In terms of item caves, though, like collectively, we've found most of them, and I don't think there's any big item caves at this point that Matt is looking for. I think Matt has found all 3 5-item caves. Obviously, seen Hookshot Cave. Obviously, seen Saha's Hut. So. Not a whole lot that Matt's looking for. Chat does remind us that he hasn't seen Hyrule Castle yet, which makes sense.
And there's Dawn's Mirror at 147.
Yeah. Dawn can't be feeling good about that, unfortunately.
No.
But he's going straight to the bow, which is good. We'll kind of need to Galaxy Brain the GT climb a little bit in order to start catching up because it is now 2 crystals to 1 in favor of Matt. And Matt can also do Pod and Ice, which are 2 more crystals, and he knows it.
Wonder where the last pod small is to officially put it in logic.
Probably in Pod. We haven't seen a Pod key in Pod yet.
True.
All right, so Matt's gonna go into Ice Palace now without King of Smart, so a little unfortunate, but it has the big key and we'll be able to full clear it, so not a big deal.
Right, because even though Harmless Hellway and Big Key Chest are locked behind 6 small keys logically, they're also allowed to contain a pod small key, thereby locking itself.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Matt still hasn't even found Hyrule Castle, and we don't know what's at Dark Cross.
Correct. I was a little surprised that Dawn didn't go for Dark Cross when they were in there. Dawn with 2 pendants, unfortunately, does not have the green one.
Cannot get the green one until he does the GT climb.
Yep. That looks like better positioning. Definitely first try Ice Palace bomb jump for Matt.
Works every time.
Works every time. Alright, so we're going to see some new checks here on Matt's side because Dawn didn't have the hammer. When they dipped Ice.
And Dawn is about to find Pod, but without the big key.
Where was the big key? I don't remember.
Me neither. Been too long.
Was that Race Game? I think that was Race Game.
Oh yeah, that was the big key on Race Game, right? Which was also mirror locked.
Yes. So yeah, so like a lot of this has just been kind of unfortunate circumstance for Dawn. Dawn found the gloves a little bit later than Matt, which, understandable. But Dawn then found the Moon Pearl before the mirror. And that's kind of what's helped Matt develop the lead that he has.
So I was just thinking, in terms of the number of big keys we don't have, there's a 60% chance boots are required to finish the seed. Maybe they're on Cold Stare.
All right, I have just read that Jinxie has sent me notes, and now I feel terrible. Jinxie, I would love to know how you created this spreadsheet.
Painstakingly. Hey, we're gonna see Ice Big Chest here as Dawn gets his butter sword.
Yeah, chat's at this point like talking about, ways Dawn could win, could still come back, and it's hard to see. Like, I guess the one thing that you could potentially consider, which would be massive galaxy brain and is not a reasonable thing, is that rather than doing the reasonable things after picking up the hammer, Dawn is like, yo, Swamp Palace, let's go Hail Mary, finds the big keys, and like the one pod key that we haven't seen, and just is in go mode after like Swamp Palace or something. While Matt, meanwhile, finishes off pod and like, but even then, like Matt's most lucrative option at this point is Swamp Palace.
And we didn't really get anything in ice either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are 3 checks in pod we can do. Though that's not on Matt's mind, or he would have fluted to 6 by now.
Yeah, what is on Matt's mind? Oh, he's doing Spy Cave. Don, meanwhile, going to go pick up the pod big. Which I think is a little unfortunate considering he was just in pod.
Yay, now we can find blind.
But wait, why could we find blind? I was like,
Yes, we have the compass of Thieves Town. You'll never find blind without it.
I thought you said fight blind. I'm like, what did I miss something?
Now Dawn's gonna see the way to the top of Floating Island after he gets his pod big key. Or maybe Dawn's not following that connector.
He's probably doing what Matt did, which is check K45.
Makes sense.
Alright, so where are these boots? The boots have to be in Swamp Palace, right? Like, this is just natural progression. It's the natural order of the seed.
I mean, it's probably our densest thing left. Or Samaria could be
easily,
in Swamp.
Easily our densest thing left. I think you're right, though, that the big key on Desert Torch is going to be required, just because we're still looking for 3. Getting a little bit bullied.
So, Samarian, Swamp, and Boots and Tile Room?
Yeah, I mean, you do that eventually anyways. Magic Bat has been checked. Forgot what it was, but it wasn't important.
Yeah, the sole purpose of the climb was to get the Eastern Big Key, which was both required in its own right and locking the hammer.
Yes. Alright, where is Dawn headed off to now? Hopefully GT. We're heading to the Dark World. This is a good sign.
That feeling when you have both rods and are still 2 items away from being able to fight Trinex.
Hey, at least, we weren't searching out this ice rod. Alright, Don is headed to GT. This is very good for Don. Oh, I said that and then he turned around. Dang it, Don, stop making me a liar. Ah. Where are we going now? Oh, we're doing Graveyard Ledge. Did we see this on Matt's side?
Yeah, Matt did Graveyard Ledge.
Okay.
It wasn't anything.
Okay. I figured that was the case.
And Pod comes up junk. Maybe Matt will do the big bomb and find Hyrule Castle, and we'll finally see what's in Darkcross.
That'd be pretty funny. If that's your first Hyrule Castle.
Matt went and picked up that heart container that Don just turned up his nose at.
So that's the difference, right? Like, that's why Matt has 14 hearts and Don only has 13? Alright, so Matt's going to check out these entrances here, which means he will find Hyrule Castle not through turning the big bomb. Alright, so after that slight detour, Don is now heading into GT.
Wonder if he'll do Darkcross first.
No, because he's got the mirror.
Well, we'll get to see the all-important piece of heart in Zelda's cell. Yeah, Don, you need to push harder.
I don't know what Don's sprite is, but Don's sprite is a strong, independent sprite. Joshy, do you know what Don's sprite is?
I mean, it looks kind of like a 2-dimensional Batman, but I have no idea. Chad is guessing Gengar, but I have no idea who Gengar is.
Gengar is a Pokemon. Come on, Drosy.
Ah.
Gen 1, dude. What is... Come on, man.
I never memorized all 151 of them.
Like my initial thought was that this was like an evil Gumby, which I now want.
By the way, it is fortunate that Don bought a couple of blue potions. He might need them at this level of health.
Wait, is there actually an evil Gumby anime? Hold on a sec. don't mess around. Somebody ban Jetters.
Don wanted to sync up the 3 Lanmos so he could do this lovely Buttersword spin attack and get them halfway down. And he does succeed on the second cycle.
By the way, Matt picked up silvers in Dark Cross.
Nice find.
So that's what Don left behind by not doing Dark Cross.
Hey, and we finally found Bumper Ledge, too, which Don didn't find because he got locked out of the left entrance and never checked the middle, and it's the tavern.
Alright, this looks like Swamp Palace for Matt.
Appropriate, since Don's team name in Season 2 was, "What are you doing in my swamp? Palace."
One of the best names out there.
So 8 more checks here, plus the green pendant turn in.
Alright, so what are we finding in Swamp?
I don't know, but I feel like you have to do left side on the way up at this point.
Probably. He's still missing 3 big keys.
He's actually doing left before compass chest.
I mean, with it being a pendant, it's reasonable.
You don't see left before compass chest that often, though.
I mean, this is like, if you're gonna full clear Swamp Palace, this is the fastest way to do it. You grab the key and then you go to left side and then come back for compass chest and then go north.
And I just realized we don't actually have Swamp Big Key, so there is one check in here we can't do. Dawn getting trolled by the same pattern that Matt got trolled by.
Yeah, but he was able to... I mean, it took the same number of cycles, but Dawn had one less hit that he needed to give Aga to here on this last cycle.
Yeah.
Alright, left side Swamp Chest number 1 is... nothing.
I mean, that's our logical Helma King access.
Nothing. By the way, in terms of small keys, like, there's not a single small key we need left in the game.
There aren't that many small keys left in the game.
I would say, looking like there's, I think, an Ice Palace small and a Meyer small that we don't have.
I thought we got that third Meyer small somewhere.
That's entirely possible. I would fully believe it. I mean, this is just because the early game gave us so many small keys.
Yeah, there was a time 2 hours ago when that's all we were collecting. Third bottle. Still no sign of the book, oddly enough. I feel like Samario's gonna be our next progression, but who knows?
I mean, it unlocks the most.
Right, it unlocks right side GT and the rest of TR except for the boss.
Yep.
And the big chest.
Alright, Dawn probably heading to Eastern at this point, which is good, because they'll pick up their hammer and obviously get the crystal as well.
Swamp is, big nothing so far, and we just have Argus and Green Pendant turn in left. But if Hera Big shows up, then Ped's in logic. And we don't have the book, so it would be a blind pull.
It's the best kind of pull. Matt not able to get to the one cycle. That's a difficult trick. but still pulled off what he was able to quite nicely. One silver arrow, bada bing, bada boom.
Whole lot of nothing if the green pendant doesn't give us something.
Yeah, I am surprised we didn't even pick up like one of our needed big keys.
And Don Venyer's going to be disgusted in a minute or two.
Well, he's going to be disgusted right now.
Ah.
I mean, if it took a minute or two to pick up the hammer.
Sorry, I forgot. Somehow I forgot that it was in the big chest rather than Armos Knights.
Alright, we're going straight to turn in that green pendant. Kind of funny that Matt did the setup for Spooky Mire, where you walk to the bottom of that rock and lift it up, considering that's not something we can do right now. But that's entirely muscle memory. Green pendant! Nothing! Wow! Swamp sucked!
Wow, so what do we have left now? I mean, Thieves Town Big Chest. Matt hasn't done Back of Thieves, period.
Yeah, and that's where he's headed. Checking to see if he has the big and small key, which he does. Our wonderful tracker Jinxie also saying Mimic Cave, which is, yeah, that's...
Oh, did we find Mimic Cave at some point?
Yeah, that is Flute Spot 1. That is...
Oh, okay.
Super convenient and something I would have expected one of our runners to check by now, although, Don did just get the hammer. Alright. So where is Dawn off to now? Fluting over to 3. This looks like an Ice Palace play. Nope, this is a Spike Cave. Stop making me a liar. Alright. So we know from Dawn's side that Attic Chest, Blind Cell, and Blind aren't relevant, but the big chest could be of importance. Alright. I don't know. Dawn's walking out from Spike Cave, which concerns me a little bit, because this is just using magic, and if we're going to Ice Palace, we want that magic. Drosy, what's our answer?
Isn't it always Thieves Town Big?
Sadly.
Certainly was the last race I calmed. And, of course, they had both orphaned it.
It's a reasonable check to orphan.
Matt's even going to check it before he goes to Blind Cell.
It's interesting. Oh, that's bad. I mean, it's great for Matt. Like,
I mean, is Samaria vanilla at that point? Mire Big without Samaria gives us 1 check.
Maybe. That's still gross. Maybe Samaria is just in Mimic Cave. But at this point, that's a last location for Dawn. So things already weren't going well for Dawn, have just become much worse. And yeah, as chat pointing out, like, this is entirely like you can't sit here and blame Dawn for the decisions that were made that have put Dawn in the position that they're in. Dawn just found the Moon Pearl before finding Thieves Town, and thus the entrance there became entirely not worth it, and thus the mirror never became a thing, which means it took forever to get the bow to the hammer, and yada yada yada. So, again, just because Dawn is unfortunately found themselves quite behind, doesn't mean that they're not a great runner. They're still a tremendous runner, and very much deserving of a follow of your support for sure.
And if Dawn skips Swamp, he can make up quite a bit of time.
That is that's impossible.
I know,
Dawn
too many
goes
items.
for Thieves' Big Chest over 8 or 7 checks in Swamp Palace, wow.
Well, he probably feels behind, so it is the sort of move you could potentially do in desperation. That was the third Meyer Small, by the way.
Okay. Chat talking about doing Hera than Ped. Anytime Hera is a pendant, I would avoid it until I have the big key.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ped isn't actually in logic without Hera Big.
Yeah. And we're also doing Spiral Cave. I don't think we've actually seen either runner do this.
No, because Matt wasn't gonna fake flipper through it, and Dawn never came back after.
Yeah, I don't think Matt ever had the Moon Pearl when he saw this the first time. That spawned the whole discussion of what happens if you're able to actually fake flipper and swim all the way through.
Right.
What happens if you jump down? Oh, Chad is saying Dawn did this, so good job. Good job, Drossi. Way to be on the ball.
Oh, well. At least we know what's Fire Rod locked in the Skull Woods.
I know Dawn saw that, because I know Dawn went back there with the Fire Rod.
So...
this is going to be the Turtle Rock entrance.
Right.
And this will also probably be good because Matt will also find the backup desert doing this, because he still hasn't done the Fairy Ascension Cave entrance, and that's what will inevitably be after this. Dawn Moon will finish off Ice Palace, and he's remembering Mimic Cave.
Ooh. Yeah, Matt's up here on the mountain, but hasn't done it.
Oh, big key to desert.
Oh!
Alright. That is
Mimic
good for
Cave's a thing this seed.
Mimic Cave very much a thing this seed. I still don't think, given still what Dawn has to do, that it's going to be enough.
Depends what's on Landmos.
Well, yeah, but Matt's going to run out of things to do, I think, before Dawn runs out of things to do and has to go back for Thieves' Big.
Right. Unless Dawn intuits that, well, I'm behind, it's always Thieves' Big, I should just check that. So here's Matt's knowledge of Back of Desert.
Doing the menu to see, do I have the big key? I do not. Alright, where is Matt off to? This is going to be Meyer Big? Nope, we're going up to Hera. Or maybe Desert. Nope, we're doing Hera. Haven't seen Hera Basement. No, wait, we have seen Hera Basement.
Yeah,
I
Dawn
lied.
did Hera
Yep,
Basement.
Dawn did Hera Basement.
So this will give some time back to Dawn.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Dawn will show us what's on Landmos.
See someone in chat thinking that it's going to be boots. Someone saying red rupee. I'd be more inclined to believe it's the Cane of Samaria, just because Samaria opens up more. We have heart piece as a guess. All of them very good guesses. Meanwhile, Matt has taken the important lead. Oh, it's the book.
Hey, we can check Ped now.
Oh, God.
And tablets.
Matt has taken the most important lead, and that is the lead in the heart count.
It is
I think
true.
Dawn is going to follow that like immediately. Just kidding. Dawn's making me a liar again. Who'd have thought?
Dawn's gonna check Ped. No, he's going for the portal.
This is going to be GT. Don't make me a liar, Dawn. He's going south. Dang it! Stop. We're just checking the entrances. This is the slight detour. Alright, pendant number 3 for Matt. We might be heading for a ped pull here. Although it's out of logic.
Right, wonder where that Hera Big is.
It's probably the one on the
Meyer
GT
Big
torch.
now?
Nah, this is ped. Dang it, Matt! I just...
Why were you convinced that was a Ped play?
Because you walk into ped. It's fine.
Meyer's right here.
Grumble, grumble.
You're not a Guria.
Alright, now Dawn is going to GT. And now Matt is picking up 20 rupees. Still not ped. Why did we do pendant Hera without the big key if we're not pulling ped? Nope, we're going to ped. Alright, good.
Yeah. Why did we do Pendant Hera before Mimic Cave when Mimic Cave is so easy to get to?
I don't know. I'm becoming irrational. This seat sucks.
It kind of does.
All right.
Hey, ped hype time.
Pedestal. The pedestal today has nothing.
Of course.
All right, so Matt feels terrible right now. Not just because he just pulled Ped for nothing and thus did Swamp Palace for nothing and thus did Tower of Hera largely for nothing. But we're also just 2 hours and 23 minutes into the seed without boots. Without a lot, where are we going, Matt? Oh, we're doing Bomb Shop.
Oh, because he didn't do that exit to Hyrule Castle, so now he's gonna feel really silly.
Yep. Well, what does Matt have after this that isn't Mimic Cave?
I don't know. So you're thinking progression on a tablet?
Or Desert Big Chest?
Yeah.
Because I think this is about to be a last location. Like a hard last location for Matt.
So is Clear Mouse known for calming seeds where boots don't show before 2 hours?
Clear Mouse and I commentated a cross-key seed on Tuesday. It was actually Dazed versus P-Train. And Dazed found the boots at like the 204 mark, roughly.
Oh, that's why Dazed is mentioning it.
P-Train never actually found the boots.
Ooh, Don tried to do the Helma bump, but it didn't work.
All right, Matt, you know this. He's remembered. And yeah, this
Yay.
is a hard last location. Like, it sucks because, like, for Matt, even like, yeah, it's hard last location, but it's like it's not even the Cane of Samaria. It's just a big key to a crystal. Like, all right, cool. We're just gonna go do that real quick. By the way, what's our quickest way over? Which is, yeah, it's Bumper Cave. Other way, Matt.
I guess this is a little bit faster than climbing the mountain.
Oh, for sure. At least it became the fastest way once you fluted away. But I believe that this was just faster in general.
We've got
wow, that potion use is oh that was a feels bad man moment for Don just now. Use the potion to get the magic and then immediately open half magic. That kind of sucked.
But we do have a prediction in chat whether the answer is, which I guess pretty much has to be, well, it doesn't have to be Samaria. It could be Turtle Rock Big with Samaria and the TR Big Chest. But yeah, is the answer going to be in Desert Big Chest or on a tablet?
Don, meanwhile, heading off to finish Palace of Darkness. I mean, again, for everything bad that's happened to Don, you know, they're not terribly far behind. I say that, and you know, this is still. I don't see a way for Don to come back, but they've still kept it relatively close.
Yeah, no, this is totally respectable. I mean, he's about to get his what the heck number crystal 5th, yeah.
I mean, which is, you know, Matt just picked up their 5th.
Right. And it's the same 5.
Yeah. All right. First check from Matt is, I don't know, desert, I guess? Yeah, this is desert. Don't make me a liar. Thank you. Desert Big Chest. Hey, Drosy, did you know our stun prize was small magic?
No, I don't think I knew that.
We've had the ability to stun enemies almost from the beginning of the seed.
Yeah, but we couldn't kill them.
I think at the 2.5 hour mark, we discovered that it's small magic.
Someone in chat's asking about Swamp Big Chest, but we'd need the Swamp Big Key. But we could get that, I guess. But it's the cane.
Cane of Samaria.
Someone got a really nice payout there.
GFE seems pretty excited about them points. And Jinxie, I believe we're down to 50-50 on that big key on GT Torch. Because I don't think we've seen the Swamp Big. No, it's 33 because we don't have Hera Big as well. All right, crystal number 5 for Dawn. Dawn can still, Dawn can make up a lot of ground if they Galaxy Brain Cane of Samaria right here, right now. They would still have to Galaxy Brain Mire Big. But could make up a lot of ground if they Galaxy Brain Samaria on Desert Big.
Yeah, we'll see what Dawn does after this.
All right, time for Vidi.
Which
Gold,
probably
sword,
has nothing
silvers.
and we'll have to pull tablets.
Imagine if it's just the TR Big Key and the boots just don't exist.
Or I guess I shouldn't say we'll have to pull tablets because we can do most things in TR now.
Yeah, I was like, we have right side GT, we have front of TR.
Well, I was right that it would be nothing. 17th heart.
A
Poor Dawn only at 15.
No, Dawn's at 16. Come on, Drossi.
Oh, I can't count. Wait, Dawn just got his 16th while we were talking in the...
Nope. I did not see that. Didn't happen.
Okay, so Matt gonna do front of TR, okay. 3 chests in here we haven't seen. We have not seen lava chest either.
You mean the vanilla beaky chest?
Yes.
Dawn did that.
Oh, okay, sorry. So is it really just these 3 chests in the front that are new to us?
Yes.
And then we need to either pull tablets or do tile room and GT compass room.
We could also do a workaround to crystal roller.
Oh yeah, right, because we can go backwards from Laser Bridge.
Yep. Alright, so Dawn gonna give us our first look at one of our tablets. Starting with the Ether tablet. And nothing. Sad. GT time? Not GT time. It is Bombo's tablet time. Dawn is heading into Hyrule Castle. This will be Dark Cross, and this will be silvers for Dawn.
Hey, at least he'll find them, and probably wish he had them a lot sooner.
Yeah, it definitely sucks that the bow that was mirror locked wasn't explicitly the bow that was required for the climb. You could have gotten this bow before you got the mirror, which maybe then just puts your mirror off even longer. So maybe it wasn't as bad. I don't know. Like, the mirror at this point locked... What did it lock? Locked the ice rod. It locked the pod big. And it locked finding pod. Yes. And the back of desert. So yeah, there are plenty of things. While I was discussing and considering those things, I didn't see what was out of Bombo's tablet, but I assume it was
Piece of
nothing.
heart. And Dawn is going to get his Cane of Samaria here.
All right, that's good. That is one fewer thing that Dawn needs.
But it's not going to get him any closer to beating Meyer.
I'm trying to believe, Drossi. Stop shooting me down. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
Oh, no!
I almost for a second thought that was the TR big key.
So, Swamp Big just has the boots, which will get us Hera Big off the Desert Torch, which will then get us TR Big in Hera Big.
Where is Matt going? This is Ether Tablet? This is Ether Tablet. Yo, for a second I thought Dawn was about to go into Thieves Town. Dawn, you need the Cane of Samaria for that.
Yes, just to reiterate, boots are 50-50. It could be that the big key on Desert Torch is just Hera Big, and that Hera Big isn't locking anything at this point since we've Hera potted.
Alright. Reason me this. Does Dawn, after doing these 3 checks in Turtle Rock, go into Thieves Town? It's right here.
It would be nice.
Like, even doing this, I still don't think this is enough to come back, because I think Matt is literally down to GT at this point. Although I say that and he's not going to GT. He's going to Swamp Big Chest.
Remember, folks, even in the Invitational League, a sufficiently bad seed can take close to 3 hours.
Yeah, and this seed was bad, like, at the beginning. I mean, it's been bad all the way around, but you were required to go get your hook shots, which that was fine enough. That was fine and dandy. But then do chomps for the glove, and then you had to go all the way to Light World Shopping Mall for the glove locked entrance for Thieves Town, for the mushroom, which led to the mirror at the potion shop, and then you also had to pick up your Moon Pearl. Oh my god. There's the boots.
Yes. Well, I mean, we're getting the chain now. Now the only question is that the Hera big or the TR big?
Oh, man.
So that was Crystal Roller chest that the Swamp Big was in, right?
Yes. Which means you had to go through TR from the back.
After getting the Cane of Samaria. From the Desert Big, which had been sitting in Mimic Cave all along, but no one went back there after getting the hammer in a hurry.
I'm impressed that Matt held off on right side GT and is about to potentially get rewarded for it. Please be Hera. All right, 2 hours and 39 minutes. We are finally in go mode. Unfortunately, Dawn is in Swamp Palace, so this is not where we need to be.
At least not right now without the big key.
Yeah, not without the big key. All right, Matt will be done here in about 3.5 minutes.
Hey, at least Buttersword Silvers, it's gonna be fast.
After a seed like this, you better hope you have, like, butter silvers.
I mean, only 17 hearts. We could have had 18 or 19.
They're all just in right side GT.
Probably.
All right, crystal number 7.
A penny for your thoughts. So, we can open GT now. Is there anything we didn't find?
Our second Ice Palace small key.
No, I mean, are there any item locations we didn't find that could be behind GT?
Jinxie, our lovely and amazing tracker, says we did not see Ice Rod Cave or Graveyard Ledge.
Ah. Right, but those could be boots locked, as Chad is now saying.
Yes. All right, that's Dawn finishing up Green Pendant Swamp Palace. I imagine they're going to probably just immediately turn in that Green Pendant. Oh, going to check Bombo's tablet first, which is smart. You know, that's some solid routing right there.
So, Matt's gotten to enjoy his boots for a full 4 minutes now. Maybe 5. Gets the torch glitch.
Alright. Dawn off to pulp head by the looks of it. It's not going to matter though, because that is silver arrow number 4 for Matt. Get GGs in chat, all the good stuff, as Waffle House Drive-Thru will take this and move on to 10 points. So, rough start, but starting to make moves. That is a first place, 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 52 seconds. Dawn will be forfeiting immediately after this.
Yeah, basically at the ped pull. That is it for Dawn.
Yep, and we are joined by Matt. GG's.
Hey, GG's. Sorry you guys had to sit through that one.
I mean, I'm sorry you had to play it. Like, that was such a slow start to the seed.
Yeah, it was like impossible not to. I think I was very fortunate to actually find the mirror before the moon pearl. But like, Walkix, you would know this. Was the first chest in Castle Tower in Logic?
I believe so. I believe the logic can expect you to do the first chest in Castle Tower with bombs.
Yeah, because I was like, I was thinking like it probably is. Like, I was like, how am I going to do this? Am I going to like stun the two ball and chain guards close together? But I was like, I'm just never going to do that.
I'm not 100% certain on it though. We're also joined by Don. GG's. Again, sorry that you had to run through the seed. Matt was actually just talking about kind of what became the big difference between you guys, and that is Matt found Thieves Town first and was able to get the mirror, while Don, you unfortunately found the Moon Pearl first, and that just led you so far away from that mirror.
Like part of that too is my decision making. During that mid game there, I was like, maybe I'll wait till Kane before I go in over by that area, just because then I can check the first few chests of the TR from the main entrance there, and then go check to that entrance is. It's probably not that important. And then I find that at Thieves Town, it's like, oh no.
I mean, it's super like because the best time to do it when it became good for you would be when you have the mirror, so you can combo, Dark Shopping Mall and just mirror to do that one check in Light Shopping Mall. It was just super unfortunate that the mirror is what was behind that entrance in Light Shopping Mall. What else, Matt?
Mimic Cave.
Mimic Cave. Yeah.
I just completely forgot about Mimic Cave. It's just one of those situations where I found it like 5 minutes into the game.
Oh yeah.
And then like you're just going through everything, and like how sometimes on your tracker, right? Like Tower of Hera was like right next to it on the tracker, so it was like covering up the word mimic, so it was just like a blue square. And so I thought I was done, because when I did Pyramid Fairy, right, there were still 2 single item caves that I had left, which were Ice Rod Cave and Graveyard Ledge. And then after that, I was like, oh no, what have I forgotten? And then I just like examined my tracker, and there it was. This seed could have been a lot faster if I'd just gone to Mimic Cave at any point in time, besides the time that I went there. Although it would have been tough to get to those boots.
Yeah, like that's not an the boots were still a nasty thing anyways. Like there were just so many nasty things in the sea. The boots, the Meyer big key and Thieves big chest, the mirror in general, the hammer requiring you to climb GT. There was a lot of bad things. I did want to shout out, and I appreciate you for killing the mini Helmasaur for having 6 GT keys at one point.
It's just instinct and cross keys now. I just you never know when you want to open that middle door. It's, sometimes you just feel like doing it.
It made for I got a really good laugh out of that, seeing that you had all 6 GT small keys at once.
I remember there was one point in time where like I was like I should climb GT, and I was looking at my menu, and at that time I had 5 GT keys on my menu, which is pretty rare because I picked up the pot key.
Right.
But like I hadn't found Eastern, I hadn't found Pod, I hadn't found Mini Moldorm Cave, I hadn't found any Hyrule Castle entrances. There was just like so much out there, and I still climbed GT before finding like a Hyrule Castle entrance, which I knew there was very likely to be one available. But I don't know, sometimes the game kind of screams it at you.
Yeah, and it definitely did, because you guys started at different locations, so it was another just amusing moment that you both got GT keys as your first checks, just different GT keys.
Yeah, like that opening sequence was so awful. But like with that one, like I kind of knew. I was like, there's no way anybody could get that Moon Pearl before 30 minutes. Like,
yeah, oh no, not at all. Yeah, not at all. So you both still put on a really good show.
I felt this seed was really volatile. Is like the first 45 minutes was like, all right, just hook shot, and that's pretty much it. Have fun walking around everywhere. And then you get some Dark World access, and then it kind of like small little crumb trails everywhere, and that kind of led me around. And like as I was telling Matt, like I'm not even in go mode right now. As I finished, I just pulled bed. I was gonna go back to Gan's tower and do right side next, but yeah, I was probably gonna hard last location of those big keys.
Yeah, Matt, you did well to avoid right side GT after picking up Samaria, considering that was easily your most dense item location left.
I don't know, man. At that point in time, I was feeling so terrible about everything. I was like, it was there. Like you could have had that, like
Sure.
Desert Big Key and Kane, like an hour before I had it, right? So it's like there's got to be some. It has to be something stupid for me to win. Turns out I could have cleared right side GT, but
I mean, it didn't matter in the end.
no. And the fact that Dawn wasn't finished yet made me think it was probably something stupid. Mind you, there was that Meyer Big Key in the back of my head, like, oh, that could really trip someone up as well. So maybe I shouldn't.
That's what tripped up Dawn.
Yeah.
Dawn, did you find out where the Meyer Big Key was?
Yeah, Matt told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Go
both
ahead,
the
sorry.
TR Big Key and the Mr. Myers Big Key were both just unknowns to me. And I would have hard last location one of those. Like, there's not that much left on my track. I'm like looking like I have Magic Bat. I have maybe some random entrances that could provide something, but I don't think so. I can do one check in the back of TR. I can do one check in Thieves Town. Like
the fact that you had to go to the back of Turtle Rock to pick up your Swamp Big Key so you can go get your boots and then get your Turtle Rock Big Key, that's just nasty.
Yeah.
All right, so
But
Matt?
yeah, I guess that did make me wonder, like, if you guys had thought about doing Mimic Cave sooner, since it was fairly easy to get to once you had the hammer.
I forgot it existed, so I didn't think about doing it sooner at all. Like you saw me after I went in Pyramid Ferry, I like paused for 10 seconds while I figured out what was left.
Yeah, and that's just, that's solid 195 collection, right? That tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
How this seed went. But Matt, I mean, this is now, nice little win streak you guys are pulling off. I think you're up to 3 wins in a row, roughly, or 3 of your last 4 with the 1 tie.
Yeah. Wow.
Putting together a little run though to end the season.
Yeah, we had a pretty bad start to the season, but it's we're coming back a little bit now. I think playoffs are out of the picture for us, but it looks like we're going to avoid relegation as well. So either way.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be an interesting time for Boomer Friendly and the Immortals in terms of relegation.
Well, Don, do you guys play Immortals this week? Or
no, we already played them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was in week 3.
And they split.
They split. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you guys both for putting on the show. Do you guys have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
No, it's just GG's, Don, and thanks, Drossi and Wally. This was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
GG's.
Yeah, once again, please give our runners a follow. They are fighters for going through this seed.
Definitely. And want to shout out again, Jinxie, our amazing tracker, who has the best layout for tracking things. If you're ever curious and to know what it looks like, she will, I'm sure, oblige and show you just how much detail she puts into tracking. And want to thank Drossi for co-commentating with me. It was a blast, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. I'm glad we finally got to do this.
True.
And cross keys of all things.
It's true. Be sure to stay tuned all week for more cross keys from the league, as well as SpeedGaming Live continuing their quest right now with all the games that they have going on for SGL. So lots to look forward to on the SpeedGaming side.
Yeah, the next Invitational League match will actually be almost exactly 12 hours from now, 11:10 a.m. Channel to be announced, Death King 2 from Ups da war es auch nicht against Vortex of Doom from Go. So definitely tune in for that.
Yeah, and with that, I think that's everything. I'm Wallkicks. Drossi, thank you again. I'm going to leave you with the final word.
Yeah. Well, thanks to all of you who stuck out this 3-hour fiesta, and hope you're able to get some good sleep after this. Good night, everyone.